I know Mr. Franklin or Major Franklin, you're talking about the distrust between the police and the communities they serve. Let's be honest with each other. You know where the distrust begins, right? It all starts in these large cities across America. I bet you if you ask one of those sheriffs, we had everyone come up here, they don't have a problem with trust between their agents or their deputies and the people they serve. It takes place in these large cities, the San Franciscos, the Chicagos. When you look at Chicago, and Ms. Walters talking about Chicago, you had Lori Lightfoot there. I mean, her approval rating was in the toilet. What, a 22% approval rating? I think she was the first incumbent to lose re-elect. And why is it? Her policies. It was the sanctuary city policies. She was horrible, absolutely horrible. All the anti-police rhetoric. Would you agree with me that that's why Lori Lightfoot is no longer the mayor in Chicago?
Yes, and that's why Brandon Johnson has a 6% approval rating.
You should consider running for mayor. I think you're great. Anyway, Sheriff Wagner, you know, I was a sheriff, Fort Bend County, large county. Everybody that got arrested into my jail, I had about 1,800 beds. When you got arrested, every morning, every name, mine, any name, didn't matter who it was, would get sent to ICE. We'd send it to ICE in Houston. They would scrub that list, and they would then determine who a detainer gets placed on. I complied with every single detainer. Didn't matter if they said a detainer needs to be placed on this guy, and we kept our people safe. That's why I was a very popular sheriff and never had to worry about a re-election, because the people supported what we did. But then when you got some of these liberal states, your state for a good example, Illinois and others, we created a law now in the state of Texas. We had a crazy rogue sheriff in Austin, go figure, in Austin, Travis County, that wasn't complying with these detainers. So we now have a law in Texas that says if you don't comply, a county sheriff does not comply with ICE detainers, you'll be charged with a crime and then you'll be removed from office. And most sheriffs across the great state of Texas support that. And I believe you would as well.
Yeah, I would.
Because it just keeps our people, safe. I want to thank you again too. In 2005, you know, I read your bio. You were awarded a Medal of Valor for one of your deputies that was shot by an illegal multiple times, I believe.
That is correct.
Yeah. So thank you for your service. You guys are fantastic. You know, you're being sued by your attorney general. I guess you're putting your community at risk. Did you know that?
So if I can answer some of that, I know there's a lot going on, but the reality is this. You talked about the size of your agency and your jail. I have a 28-bed facility that's been closed for 3 years. We are not detaining on immigration status. We do share information through the Stone Garden thing that we are a part of, and several other counties across our state are doing, and the state actually gives us the money through it for, they're the ones that take their cut and then give us the money. But yes, it is exactly what you're saying.
Some of the actions in a few of the sanctuary jurisdictions, I want you to ask you if you think they're conducive to public safety. In King County, Seattle, illegal alien named Julio Cruz Velasquez, custody in 2019 with priors for rape, domestic violence, burglary, robbery, DUI, drug possession dating back to 2010. King County ignored the ICE detainers, released him into the community. He was then arrested later on for murder. It would have never happened if you'd have just complied with ICE. Does that sound conducive to public safety? No. It doesn't, of course not. The stories go on. Washington County, also in your state, illegal alien Alejandro Melandio Hernandez was arrested for manslaughter and a second degree for killing somebody while driving recklessly. The county ignored an ICE detainer, released him into the community, and he is still at large today. Does that sound conducive to public safety, Sheriff?
No.
Of course it doesn't. Let's go to Boston. April this year, Boston released an illegal alien charged with aggravated child rape rather than comply with an ICE detainer. Does that sound like conducive to public safety?
No.
Of course it doesn't, and the story goes on and on and on. Mr. Franco, we go to Baltimore. April 24, Raul Calderon, a 25-year-old Guatemalan national convicted of fourth-degree sex offense and second-degree assault. Despite ICE detainer's request, Baltimore County released him after suspending his prison sentence. Then in 2024, another individual, 25 years old, convicted of molesting two family members, 9 and 10 years old. It just goes on and on and on. Now, Baltimore has problems. You got a lot of corruption in Baltimore. Again, when you look at these major cities, Baltimore, Chicago, everywhere, they're run by far-left liberal Democrats and by Soros-funded DAs. And that's why you're getting clobbered in elections. The American people are sick and tired of it, and they're fighting back. Ms. Walters, I salute you. Thank you.
Gentleman's time has expired. Ms. Ross. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member Jayapal, and thank you to the witnesses for your testimony today. This hearing is extremely timely. The Trump administration's recent actions against our refugee community are making people less safe, not